I'm James, Performance Side-by-Side Bushings. I got Jacob here with me to show you a new product we have and demonstrate a few fixes that it does. What we have here is a adjustable sway bar bushing set up. Comes with a bracket, bushing for the Polaris RZR XP 1000, the turbo models, Turbo S, Pro XP, 900S, general models. So the way this works, we've got two screws on the outside that makes this a clamping mechanism that will tighten up on your sway bar. And then it has a center screw in the middle that makes it is a stop for it. The reason we made it adjustable is because these sway bars here, they wear. Not only does your bushing wear, but the bar wears. So you can put new bushings in it. Depending on the mileage you have, it might tighten it up a little bit. If you've got a higher mileage machine, this bar can be wore, anywhere from 20-30 thousandths in diameter. And a new bushing, it's not going to take care of your issue on it. So what we done with this one here is we made it adjustable so it would fit everyone's sway bar for the amount of wear they have. So when you tighten up these two screws here, this clamps this down onto the bar, and you can adjust what kind of friction you want on it. And then it's also greasable. Also, it's got some slotted, the holes for the mounting hose to the machine are slotted, so you can get rid of the side to side movement of your sway bar with this right here and tighten it up. I'll show you some issues with the machine that I have right here. So this machine here, I think it has 2,500 miles or so on it. These bushings here aren't too awful old, but they're not tight. So here's a couple things that we've addressed. This side to side movement, where we made our bracket with slotted holes, you can tighten it up against the shoulder on the sway bar, and you can do away with that side to side movement. This one here, it has up and down movement in it too. That's not so much the bushing that's wore, it's the bar that's wore. So where ours is a clamping mechanism, you can adjust that out of it to account for the wear that's on your sway bar. When you get our sway bar bracket and bushing set up, there will be, these are side specific. There'll be a passenger side and a driver's side. You'll notice one side has a shoulder and the other side doesn't. Okay, so we're going to say this one's the passenger side and this one's the driver's side. We'll show you a little bit about how to install it here. On this bar, we'll say this is the driver's side, and this will be the driver's side bracket and bushing. So the bushing is split. So you'll have your links off, and you'll just spread it over the bar. Put it up on there like that. On your bushing bracket, these are the two clamping screws. There's a screw in the center that is a set screw. You can tighten this one up, and you can actually spread this open a little bit, and it'll make it easier to get it up over the bushing. So just show you that. Tighten that one up. Make sure these are not tight so it can spread it open. That will go right over. You'll notice right here, you've got a flat and then a hole for the grease. That will go in there like that. Once you get it up on there, then loosen the center set screw. Till it's all the way loose. pull it up on there. And then you'll take your 2 outside screws and you'll adjust those equally to get the right amount of slide or right amount of friction you want. So right now is where that one is. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up so you can see that it will get tight on it. So now it's real tight. That's really too tight. So I'm gonna back it off just a little bit. A little bit more. I like the way that feels there. Then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna tighten this center set screw up. So snug. Tight there. Then I'll go back, tighten these up. And you should be adjusted in there. Okay. Okay, we've got these sway bar bushings put on this machine here we're going to show you. Just want to reiterate a few things to you. These are hand specific. You've got a driver side and a passenger side. You'll see one side has shoulders, the other side doesn't. The shoulders go against the shoulders on the sway bar. And the slot, the cuts in it, will be down on the machine. While we're talking about that, I want to talk to you about these sway bars. Sometimes these backup rings on the stock sway bar will break loose and slide, and you will get a whole lot of side-to-side movement there. If that has happened to you, you can put you some weld on it, on the back side of it, or you can get these 2-piece shaft collars, and you can put one of those on there as a backup on it, and that will lock it in, keep it from sliding and going on. Preferably, if you've got a welder, it'd be easy enough, just grind the paint off, put a little weld on it here and there, and it'll be good. On the sway bars, the Polaris have 2 diameters. There's 1/1/16", 1.062, and then there's 1/8", 1.125. Most of your XP1000s and your turbo models will have the 1/1/16 bar on them. Some of the 4-seaters will have a 1/8", and then the Turbo S's will have should have an 1/8". I think some of the Pro XPs, but a lot of the 4-seaters will have the 1/8". So when you order these, you'll need to specify what size your bar is. If it's an 1/16" or an 1/8" bar. You can take a pair of calipers, measure it about anywhere. There's a good surface on it, and whatever it's close to, the 1/16" or the 1/8", if it's over or under a little bit, I mean, that's fine. They have a tolerance on them, plus the paint and everything else. But you will need to verify that so you get the correct bushings from us for your bar. Let's see, grease. This Bel-Ray waterproof grease, we like it really well on our A-arm bushings and on this bushing here. It works good for pretty much any greasing situation you need on your machine. Another grease that I recommend is it's called Green Grease. That's the brand of it. You can get it at AutoZone, and it'll come in a cartridge that you can put in your grease gun, and you can also buy this Bel-Ray waterproof grease in a cartridge for a grease gun also. So that's the grease we recommend on this. I'm going to show you on this machine here what we've got done here. So we've got both sway bar brackets and bushings in on this machine. we put the main bolts to mount it to the frame in here first, snugged this one up, and then we went to the other side and started it in and got it snug, and then we got the side-to-side play out of it. Where these are slotted, we made these slotted so you can push them together or apart, you know, depending on what kind of variance you have there, and you can get all the side-to-side play out of it. So once we got the side-to-side play out of it, we took our 2 Allen wrenches and adjusted the squeeze on the bushing that squeezes onto the bar. So we took the small one for the center set screw, loosened it up, made sure it was loose, and then we took the larger Allen and adjusted the 2 outside screws to tighten the clamp up, and then till we got just a nice amount of friction there. We didn't want it too tight, we didn't want it too loose, so just a nice amount of friction. I mean, if you don't have your links on here, it should just stay wherever you put it. You know, you move it, let go of it, and it should stay there. So once we got those adjusted in, then we went back with the center set screw, turned it in, tightened it really good, and then we went back with the 2 outside screws and just double checked them to make sure they were tight. Done the same thing on the other side, and then we reattached our links, and it's good to go now. We think you'll be real happy with these. This corrects a problem that has been plaguing these machines for a long time. Said, you know, you can buy numerous new bushings. Some people make some nice brackets and, you know, and everything, but it still doesn't address the problem of the sway bar itself wearing. And we've done that with this bracket that we've designed and bushing set up, and you should have a nice new tight fit. The bushing itself has a lifetime warranty, so if you have any issues or ever have a question or anything, you know, just shoot us an email. We're always here to help. Like I said, I think you'll be happy with this, and we thank you for considering our product, and y'all have a good day.